Hey everybody, it's Ron again with After Five Auto. We come up here to make a little update video on the on the Nova and something else that I had to work on. But anyway, progress has been a little slow on the Nova because of because I've been busy doing other things. So, but anyway, I come up here the other day and done I pressure washed the car. Looks good. Looks real good. Stuck the chrome back on the chrome trim back on the door and the fender and my little marker light there on the side and a 350 emblem. Anyway, went and got a back glass for it and put it in. It turned out real good. Wasn't bad at all. Stuck it in there. Like I said, the car cleaned up real good. I put a little bit of stuff on the trunk lid to see if it would come back, but I need to sand it probably with like 1500 or 2000 and then try to buff it out. I'm going to eventually paint the car, but I just want to make it look a little bit better for now. Anyway, it cleaned up real good. Like I said in the other video, that's the only rust this car has right there. And these patch panels are they're $49 a piece, so I'm gonna order 2 new ones. And I don't need the whole thing; just need that lip right there. But anyway, yeah, cleaned up real good. And I took the vinyl top that goes to it out yesterday and looked at it, and everything's in real good shape. It's brand new; it's never been put on anything. But anyway, I gotta sand the top, get all this old glue off of it, so I can put it. I'm gonna try to do it myself. I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but I'm gonna try it. But I did. I put the engine in it. Stuck the engine in it. I put new heater core in it. New fan motor. Yeah, you can't see it. Yeah, you can. Put new fan motor in it. Put new calipers, brake hoses, master cylinder. So it's got brakes now. Painted up the engine compartment. Didn't take I did take a wire brush to this side. I need to touch it up a little more, but anyway, that looks like rust, but it isn't. That's undercoating, and I decided I'm just going to leave it on there. It's been on there for 47 years. So, but anyway, I'm just going to leave it on there. I may eventually, I don't know. I may eventually get it off, but I'm just going to leave it on there for now. But anyway, the engine's in there. Everything's new on it there. Stuck my fuel pump on it, and I'm going through the wiring right now, trying to tidy it up. It's all there. It's all in real good shape. We'll change some connectors and put new this plastic loom stuff. I got a bunch of this new stuff. This stuff's it's 47 years old. It's kind of. But anyway, I'm gonna clean all this up and stick it on. I got a new set of plug wires for it. Some big Excel 8.8 wires, big wires. I got new plugs in it. Got a transmission for it, but it's a long tail shaft out of a truck. It's a good transmission, but I'm really looking for a short shaft turbo 350. Anyway, I done some. I had to do my pulleys weren't aligning on the alternator, and I had to straighten it up. Yeah, it looks crooked in the camera, but it's not. It's straight. And I had to put this spacer right here on it. It had one on it, but they had a bunch of washers stacked on it right there, and it had it pushed out that way too far. So I changed all that stuff. But anyway, took everything out of the trunk again. Went through all the nuts and bolts and stuff I'm missing. I still got to put this chrome on this side. I got to get some clips for it, but it's looking good. My phone's going off. Somebody's texting me, whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna leave the chrome off the windshield until I get the vinyl top on it. But anyway, haven't done anything to the inside. I was gonna put the all the trim pieces back inside, but I haven't yet because I need to clean them all up, and my hands were dirty yesterday from working on this. And but what I come up here, mostly came up here to do yesterday, is work on this. It's my boss's '69 Camaro. I'm gonna let it down and show you. I mean, this car's done. We're just waiting on a AC compressor. He bought everything's new on this car. Every nut and bolt is new on this car, and the compressor seal is leaking in it. So, but it was, but anyway, he got it from Jegs. Well, the whole, I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, so they're sending one. We should have it next week. But we'll do a little walk under it, show you what's going on. All the Wilwood stuff, the coilovers, everything's been powder coated. It's got height suspension. You can see they're not front and rear. There's a LS3 427, 650 horsepower. But anyway, all the Wilwood stuff. I did have to change the oil pan when I first put the engine in, because it was the oil pan was like an inch or so, maybe a couple inches past the cross member, and that was not good. So had to change that. Had to cut the that's a QuickTime bell housing. I had to cut the bottom of this off. I smoothed all that out and everything, because it's stuck way down there. But it's got of course it's got headers, exhaust, custom exhaust. It's all ceramic coated. Tremec TK, whoops, I'm too close. Tremec TKO 5-speed. Show you. Let's see, part of the fuel system. The way I routed the hose and everything. There's a fuel filter. I wanted to put it where it was easily accessible. You know what I mean? It's got flow monsters on it. Sounds really good. I'd crank it up, but I don't have the key. Of course, it's got Wilwood brakes on the back, coilovers, 4-link suspension. But what I came here for yesterday to do is the rear end was leaking right here at the bottom, and so I had to pull the brakes and the axles and the wheels and all that stuff, pull the drive shaft, and I had to pull the rear end out of it. And what it was where this is powder coated, the mating surface right here was powder coated too, and the gasket and it had a gasket on it, and ultra gray, which is I use that all the time. It's real good stuff. It wasn't sealing good, and it was just leaking right out through there, just a little drip. So it's not leaking now, but anyway, it was seeping. So the boss didn't want that, and I wouldn't want it either. I just going that far on the car. Anyway, there's another part of the fuel system. That's a fuel pressure regulator, and of course it's a new gas tank and everything. 3-inch exhaust all the way back. That's crazy. It is super tight. Ain't touching nowhere, but it is super tight in there. Pain in the butt to work on. But anyway, I just kicked that old jug over like a dummy. That'll go everywhere. Anyway, LED lights everywhere, backup lights, tail lights. That says 427. Backup cam. Oops, that's his tag number. It's not like y'all can do anything with that anyway. But anyway, so I'm gonna let it down. I'm gonna get my wife to come over here, and I'm gonna get my wife to come over here and film this while I let the car down, and I'll do a walk around real quick. All right, if I can get her attention, I'll get her to come over here. But anyway, you just film right here, sweetie, while I let the car down. Alrighty then. Alright, sorry about that, took so long. Anyway, I had done a real good, I was looking at another video I made, last video I made on this car, and I didn't do it justice, but this car turned out really nice. I wasn't the only one that had anything to do with it. There's a few other people that done some things. He had a guy paint the stripes and put the vintage air in, and different things like that. But majority of the work, myself and my boss and a friend of his done the work on it. But anyway, put the Hideaway. This is originally an RS car, but anyway, it's these are all electric now from the factory. These are vacuum, but they're electric. It's got the halos in there. Those things were kind of a pain to adjust. But anyway, all that works perfect. The bumpers have been tucked smooth. There's no bolts in it that you can see. All that's been done. Let me flip this down. But anyway, that's the LS3. You have the seal on that compressor is leaking, and But anyway, this car was just a shell when he brought it up here, and it was in great shape. All original sheet metal and everything. No rust holes anywhere. No Bondo. This thing is in great shape. The firewall's been shaved. I put, of course, all the wheel wood and the clutch and all the rack and pinion. We had to put all that on there and do that. We had to do everything because it was all, Anyway, it's got the inboard mounted wiper motor. My boss wanted to hide all the wires that he could, so there's no fuses out here. There's nothing. All it is just the harness on top of the engine, and you can't see it, but it goes back through behind the engine through the firewall. So I hid all that so we didn't see it. The hoses for the vintage air, they all go back underneath the fender well, back into the car, so all that's hidden. So that's that on that. Let me put this back over here and pull the hood down, and I'm gonna show you the side of the car. All these lights, all the lights are LED on it. It's got the Billet specialty wheels. See, it's an original Rally Sport car. But anyway, everything is new on this car. Everything is new on it. I like the little gills on the side. I always like that. Of course, this is the back. Very nice car, and it recently came back from the upholstery shop. And if y'all know anything about building cars, the upholstery is the last thing you do. For one thing, because it's very expensive, and you don't want to get it all dirty and nasty and this, that, and the other. and it's just the last thing you do. It's just the way it is. But all this is red leather. Every bit of this is red leather. It's custom made door panels. Seats, or believe it or not, they're out of a Fiero, but they're all new. Everything is new on them. Just the frames are the only thing that was reused on it. It's all red leather. The headliner's red leather. It's all custom stuff. All custom. The console, all that. It's his backup camera. It's got Dakota digital gauges. There's the pedals I put in it. Those things are pricey. I ain't gonna say how much they are, but I would have to save up to buy them, put it that way. But anyway, everything's been painted. The windshield actually had to come out to paint the top part of the dash red, but like I said, all that's leather, red leather, all custom stuff. Even the sun visors, and the console goes all the way to the back. We've got cup holders. There's a cup holder up front too. It's just the floor mat's in the way. I had to adjust the ignition switch on it. Yeah, I had to drop the column to the. I'd have to show you that later on something else. But anyway, from the factory, they had a screw in there, and you couldn't. The switch is actually adjustable, and you had to turn the key really hard to get it to start. So I don't know why they did that, but they put a screw in it. I don't know. But anyway, that's a Flaming River steering column. But anyway, there's it's got bucket seats in the back. A little speaker back there. It's got a real nice stereo system in it too. Very nice. But it doesn't. I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like a factory type radio, but I assure you it is not. The thing is very loud. There's a vintage air system in it. Yeah, this car turned out very, very nice. Very nice. I do like it. I do like it very much. I'm not crazy about working on this car because it's one of those things, you're like, oh man, you're always afraid to scratch it or whatever. So when I worked on the ignition switch in, I told my boss, I said, well, I want to go ahead and do that first while I'm clean, because I didn't want to get that carpet all or anything all dirty or whatever. You know how it is, especially when it isn't your car. At least that's the way I am. But anyway, that's the Camaro. I'm gonna go ahead and raise it back up. I'm gonna hold this real quick, Sheila. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Anyway, some people have been asking me what this car is. This is a 74. I think it's a 74. This is a Pantera. This is a very nice car. It needs cleaned up very, very badly. It's a 4-speed, 351 Cleveland. It's cammed to death, and I've seen videos. We've been in this building for 7 years. The people that own the property, that's one of his cars. That's the other one. It's an Aston Martin. That's a nice car. And this thing's cammed to death. This thing ain't no joke. It's got the power. But like I said, some people were asking me about it. So it's a rear engine car. The engine is actually, or it's a mid-engine car. Excuse me. That's the top of the engine. I would raise the back and show you, but anyway, it's not my car. And boss's boat and blah blah blah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I didn't make a whole lot of progress on the Nova. I've just been working on it a little here and a little there. I got my flywheel right there to put on it. And I've got headers and everything. I can actually have this thing running. You know, I can start it without the transmission. I don't need that. I can crank it up, but I know it runs. I pulled this engine out of that red Nova that I done for my boss's friend. Anyway, this thing's got 1,200 miles on it. That is a good engine. It is a 350, and I do have some aluminum heads to put on it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that just yet. I just want to make a nice little cruiser out of it. You know, make it look halfway decent. I really want to see if that paint will come back. You know, I still got to clean my tires on the other side. I didn't do that, but you know, that's the only rust the car has on either side. That's it. A little bit down there across the lip, and a little bit down there. But those patch panels, the new patch panels, they come to way, they come way up here, and you know, like all the way up to here. It's way more than what I need. But the inside is when I get that car done, I got another little project I got to do on I got to work on a BMW this coming up week, so I can't put my car in a lift. But when I do, I'm gonna do another video, and we're gonna I'm gonna walk underneath it and show y'all how clean it is. But there's not a rust hole in that trunk or floor anywhere. That's it, right there. You know. But anyway, I'm sorry about not doing the videos sooner. I know it's been a couple months, you know, but you know, the cleanup, I'm gonna get my wife to come up here with me, you know, and we're gonna clean all the interior up. After I put all the trim pieces back in, see the trim pieces for the A-pillars and all that stuff back there. It's, you know, the sail panels and all that. I got to get a package tray panel for it too. They're not expensive. They're only like $20, something like that. Anyway, I got to put my interior light back in and get a headliner. I got to order that. That's like $300. They're proud of them. But anyway, get all my sun visors back in and glue that mirror back on. You know, I mean, I've got a different steering wheel for it. I've got plans for this wheel, believe it or not. I'm not going to tell you what yet. But anyway, and I've got the new black carpet in the trunk. I looked at it yesterday. It's all in good shape. But I like the old, they're like a 4-spoke Camaro steering wheel. That same place I got the glass from. Down Chesney is where I got the wheel. You know, I got a good deal on the wheel. It was sticky. I ain't never seen a wheel that sticky in my life, but I got it cleaned up. I actually used what did I use on that? Soft scrub or something? Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, I cleaned up real good. And when I got it, after I got it cleaned up, it was real. I got all the sticky off of it, you know, down to the wheel, the original wheel. It was, it was real dingy. It was almost a dark gray looking thing. You know how black rubber gets. But what I did, believe it or not, I took Vaseline, which is a petroleum product, you know, and I kept rubbing it down with that, and it brought it back. So that rubber soaked up all that Vaseline, and it's not slick, or you know, it's not greasy or nothing. It just soaked right in there, and it looks brand new now. But I'm gonna put that on there. I always like those wheels. Trying to think of a wheel combination. Been talking to my buddy up in Virginia. He's got his channel, Bad 66 Chevelles. I was telling him I'm thinking about a different wheel combination. You know, these are Keystones. I mean, they look okay. They're old school stuff. It looks good, but I'm just trying to think of something else. You know, been kicking around ideas with him about what to do with it, or you know, wheel tire combinations. I still need to clean these tires up. I didn't clean those up, but it's got a little bit of surface rust on them, you know. But anyway, I just want to do an update video on this and the Camaro, and you know, life's been busy here. We lost a couple people. They, not from COVID, but they moved on to other jobs, and you know, I can understand that. It's, you know, and respect that. If you know, bigger and better opportunities, I know how that is. But you know. So we're a couple men down right now, and my workload has tripled because of that. You know, I'm bouncing around a lot. I probably have six to eight projects that I'm doing at the same time every day. So hard to get anything done like that, and it's even harder to get anything done on what what I'm doing, my personal stuff. So I have to do this, like I said, after 5, and but anyway, sometimes the evening you get so I'm so tired from doing my job during the day that I'm like, I'm just going to go home and relax, so the weekends, I ought to call it after 5 weekend auto. But anyway, well, that's where I'm at, and that's what's going on. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I don't get a whole lot of comments, and I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, and I understand how that works. You got to have content. So a lot of people want to see how I did this and how I did that, and it's just where my wife is at, and she's my camera person for the most part, and and it's just hard for us to get to, the same place, same time to do something like this. We don't have a lot of spare time, but anyway, it's coming along. It's coming along real good, and anyway, I still got to clean the fender wells up, stick them in. I still got to chase down hardware and stuff like that. Everything is in the trunk. I just got to look through all that. But the wiring is next. Starter, wiring, and then my headers and transmission, and that'll be it. Now, it'll be a runner and driver, and I'm gonna eventually put vintage air in this car because it's hot here in North Carolina. I don't know if y'all from here or not, but it gets hot here. But anyway, that's my update, and sorry it took so long, and I'll try to do better. All right, see you next time.